It is January, probably like the 10th or something, 2019. I'm making a video to show my concrete forms for my foundation. I ripped off the porch, and now what I'm doing is I'm making a sunroom here, approximately 30 feet wide by 20 foot 8. These are my homemade forms. I'm planning on stripping the lumber and using it again in my walls and in my roof. That's why I did not do the conventional metal forms, because I didn't want to rent them from somewhere and then just have to give them back. So now once I strip the lumber, I can use it again. So let me show you some detail. You can see down on my footer, I've got a runner fastened onto the footer, and then I have the vertical 2x4s every 2 foot on center. Then I have the top 2x4. It's all just nailed together with 16 penny nails, so not very strong, but what's going to make these forms strong and keep them from blowing apart when I pour the concrete is all these form ties I put in. You can see I got my rebars in there following the direction of the forms, and then those that come across perpendicular to the forms, those are my form ties, and they held in place by these wedges, a wedge on each side. So when the form wants to separate, it'll basically have to break the ties before it separates. I hope. I've never used the form ties before, but that's what's supposed to keep the forms from blowing apart. And then I've gone through and I've hung my anchor bolts down. I put my anchor bolts exactly where I want them. Then once I pour the concrete in, I'll just orient them with the J-hook inside. Then I'll strip these little blocks off and I'll float the top of my foundation so I have a nice flat surface and make a nice straight line. Now what was worrying me, because I've done homemade forms before and I've usually had bad luck with the bottom blowing out, so I gone back and I braced every single one of these verticals back into the earth like that, so it's not going to push out on the bottom. On the inside of the forms, I have my 2x6s. It's just nailed in with one 8 penny nail like every 4 feet. That way when I go to strip the form, it'll be easier. Now this right here, this anchor bolt, this is for a hold down, because I know I have a hold down on my window right here, and I can bolt it in later where my hold down is. Now I'm not going to be pouring this anytime soon because you can see how snowy it is. I have to wait for a few good days where I get some 50 or 60 degree weather and I can pour this all. I'm not going to be able to get the truck all the way back here, so I built these little chutes. I'll just back the truck right up there, dump the concrete in, move the chute. That way I won't have to rent a pump, because a pump's going to run me over $500. So I just use my sewer pipes that I cut up and I'll shoot my concrete in like that. Just get a few helpers and have it poured in a couple hours. You see I've got some more hold downs right here around my front door. These they go right down all the way down in here like that, and they're suspended. That'll all tie in there. Then over here, same thing. And then I'm redoing my little bathroom right here. Hope I don't fall down this ladder. So my bathroom's back here. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm tearing this down, and I'm gonna reframe the bathroom, tie it into the roof. So what I got going on here is I got this long ramp, because I'll get the concrete truck right there, he'll back right in, then I'll just wheelbarrow up this ramp all the way over here, and I'll dump in right here. I'll dump that section, then I'll dump all the way around here, and then after that I'll just take these little blocks out right here. I'll take those little blocks out and I'll dump off my ramp. So that's my big plan. Now I just have to wait for it to stop snowing, and then I'm gonna have to go through and dump hot water down in the forms and get all the snow out. I'll just hook a hose up to my hot water heater, and then once it gets all dried out, then I can finally pour all this. So just all the lumber you're looking at in these forms was approximately $1,300. I got a discount because my boss ordered it for me and I got his price. And labor on this, just the forms right here have taken me over a month. That's evenings, that's weekends. I've been working 3 days a week, so I haven't been working on these forms full time, but very labor intensive. I would have laid blocks, but right now it's too cold and I don't have enough concrete blankets to keep my mortar from freezing, so I just figured I'll just dump it all at one time, wait for some good weather, and then the forms will act as natural insulation and I won't have to put concrete blankets on it. I might throw some strips of insulation, some bat insulation on top just to keep it from freezing at night, but now you have the idea of how my forms are going to go.